What's up, guys? I'm back. Excited for this video. This is probably one of the biggest software updates I've released in the last year on my enhanced chart trader product. So, to get started, we're just going to cover some basics so that everyone can be on the same page. This video is going to have a ton of value for anyone who's an existing customer of mine. In fact, many of you are getting these upgrades for free because you've already purchased. Also, those of you who are new, those of you who are getting to know NinjaTrader, I think there's a ton of value in here. We're going to cover specifically in this video risk, reward, and position sizing. So let's get started. All right, quickly here, let's go. On the left is the standard NinjaTrader chart trader. This is what comes with the platform by default. Then on the right is what I call the enhanced chart trader. This is a suite of software products that I built and I believe covers every single thing you could possibly need for managing your entries and your exits directly on the chart window. The basic chart trader tools is the foundation of my enhanced chart trader. All of these features were covered in another video, but let's take a look. For example, buy and sell click. Buy click the chart. Compared to NinjaTrader, you're right-clicking and having to select the direction and the order type. Simple. Attaching orders to plots. Again, buy click, 200 EMA, click. Now I have an order attached and trailing with the 200 EMA. Compared to standard chart trader in the platform, it's a long process through right clicks to make this happen. And you can customize the limit buttons. So buy, ask, sell, bid. Again, these are up here on the NinjaTrader chart trader, but more highly customizable, even with offsets on the enhanced chart trader. So that is limit entry order buttons. So yeah, this is the basic chart trader tools and also break even as well. But what you're seeing here is a step up from basic to essential chart trader tools. And that's what this video is all about, covering some major updates that I've been making over the last couple months. Me taking a sip of my tea because my throat is sore today, but we're going to get through this. By the way, stick around to the end because I'm going to give you guys a coupon code exclusively for those of you who have seen this video. The ATM strategy is the beginning of how you manage your stop loss and profit target orders on the NinjaTrader platform. Let's take a look. So whether it's the standard chart trader here or my enhanced chart trader, it's the same process. You're going to select custom. This is how you're going to create an ATM strategy. Select custom. In this case, I'm going to keep it simple. For the first one, we're just going to do a 30-point stop and a 30-point target. Next, click Save as Template and give it a name. I'll just leave it ATM1 and hit Save. After doing this, now I can preview what I've created. A long entry with a 30-point target and a 30-point stop. If I hit Market, I'm in the trade with the target and stop in place. Let's create one more. To do that, we can actually just hit Edit and then add a second target. And let's switch the profit to 200 or 50 points for the second target. The overall order quantity to 2. Save as template. Again, we'll just call this one ATM2. Keep it simple. Cool. Now as we preview this, we would select ATM2 and we can see that we have 2 profit targets, one at 30 points and one at 50 points. New feature. One of the new features, when you get into a trade, let's say that I hit sell market here to go short, you can toggle these white boxes. So I can click to toggle between ticks, dollars, and points right here. Again, mentioned earlier the break even button. Here's where you can close the position, or up here. I'll start here with the ATM Strategy Quick Select buttons. So these are a set of buttons that I've added to quickly change between ATM strategies rather than using the drop down. To configure these, you select the strategy. So I'll select 15-point target and stop and just click the button. It is now configured. Repeat this process for the next one and the next one. And then lastly, 40-point target and stop right here. So now we can see as I click these, I get a preview on the chart of the target and the stop. Also, there are 3 rows of these buttons. So as you scroll your mouse wheel, I get a new row and another new row. I won't configure more of these, but you can configure up to 3 rows or 12 quick select buttons, and you can customize the name of these buttons in the settings. One more thing, to reset these buttons, you just click on the button 3 times. So right here, 1, 2, 3 clicks, it's reset. Same process to set it again. Select your ATM strategy and click the button. So now it's set back to the same strategy. So we've seen that you can preview your ATM strategies in the chart window. Let's dive into this a little bit more. I call it ATM Strategy Planning. Looking here, you can turn this feature on and off with the button. It's on. As we hover over these entry buttons, you're getting a preview of the ATM that's selected. Same thing here with buy and sell click. Same thing here with the ATM Strategy Quick Select buttons. Now to launch a plan, we just click right here, and now a plan is launched. That plan will stay in place. Now we can click, move our mouse, and adjust it. Say as an example, we want to buy above this high. We're going to adjust our stop down here, adjust our target. To get started, then we could just click buy price to place the order. And again, after the order is placed, continue moving these around as things change about the trade. And you can always reset the ATM strategy by clicking the reset button right here. So if I clicked reset, I'm back to the default, which was 30 points stop and 30 points target. So pretty cool being able to see your target and your stop in the chart window and interact with it in real time. Just to reiterate, click buy, click in the chart, order is placed. You can now move your target and your stop around. And when this order is filled, you're going to get the target and the stop that you've pre-planned in the chart window. All right, now we're finally going to get into the exciting stuff, the new features, the risk reward features, the position sizing features. But before we do that, I want to ask you guys to like and comment on the video. As you're watching this video, if something resonates with you, if you remember an interaction with me, if you have the software and you can weigh in on the features that you've enjoyed, I would love to see you in the comments. I'm going to read every single one, and it helps YouTube prioritize my content in the algorithms. That's it. Let's continue with risk reward. All right, left side of the chart window, we're going to click to turn on the risk reward features. And just to recap, we've been covering ATM strategies down to the most basic setup of a target and a stop loss, and then being able to preview the target and the stop loss in the chart window. Now we'll continue with risk reward features, and then lastly, position sizing features. With risk reward enabled, we'll hover to launch a plan. We can click to move this and experiment with this. So with risk reward on, turn off and on right here. With it on, as I move the stop, the target's going to stay in sync with the stop. So these are always going to be equal, 1 to 1. I can move the target. Here I'm at 1.8 times the size of the stop. Now as I move the stop, again, staying in sync. To unlock this, again, I could just turn risk reward off. Now I can move the stop freely and the target freely again. So risk reward on, move, target moves. That is risk reward with ATM strategy planning. And what about as I'm in the trade? I'm actually in the trade, managing risk reward. I'll just hit sell market. Again, I've got this option right here to turn risk reward on. If risk reward is on, as I move my stop, these are real orders, my target's going to immediately update to stay in sync. So yeah, I think risk reward should be a part of every trading plan. In this example, I'm risking the same amount as my profit target. So I know that as long as I have a 50% win rate, I'm going to break even. I need 60, 70% win rate to come out ahead. Another example, if I'm going to use a 1 to 2 risk reward, I know in this case, I need only 33% winners because my winners are going to be twice as big as a losing trade. So now with a risk reward like this, if I'm sticking to this on every single trade, I know that if I can come out ahead 50% of the time, my account is going to be in good shape. So that's risk reward features built into this. Again, during the ATM strategy planning phase and during the actual trade with the targets and the stops. Let's look at one more example, and that is with multiple targets. I've never been a big believer in multiple targets, but I know a lot of you guys trade with target 1, target 2, and target 3. So we're going to look at one example. So here, if I launch this plan and go ahead and move this up, we'll see as we move our stop loss, the targets stay in sync at 1, 1.5, and 2.0 reward. Also, and you can begin to move these. So I can move these around however I want, just like any other plan. Again, as I move this, the risk reward ratio stays in sync. If I decide I want to turn it off, I'll just turn this off and I can move the stop freely back on, and we're back in business with a locked risk reward. I'll close that plan, reset the ATM strategy up here. Let's go ahead and hit sell market on this and take a look. Now we're in the trade. Same thing. If I turn this on right here, I'm locked in. Risk reward ratio displays down here. Now as I move my stop, my targets all move down and stay in sync with the configured risk reward. Great trade here. I'm loving the way this looks. Let's close this out. All right, guys, I've switched over to coffee, and I'm jacked up to tell you about the coupon code. The coupon code is ATM. You can find the link in the description to go directly to my website. You're going to use that code on the cart page. And yeah, just grateful that you've made it this far into the video. And this is really like my blood, sweat, and tears have been put into this. It's, I think, a beautiful picture of how the chart window should feel when you're interacting with it, when you're planning out your stop loss and target orders before the trade, and then even during the trade. So yeah, so thankful for all of you existing customers, for your business, your support, new incoming customers as well. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the comments. Let's continue. Now we're going to get into position sizing, and this also includes a lot of enhancements and new features from what I had before, including the ability to size your position when planning a market order. So we're going to cover these features now. To get started, I have selected a 40-point target and a 40-point stop on the NASDAQ, and we are going to turn position sizing on by clicking this button. So once it's on, we can see immediately that our different ATMs have different quantities based on what? A $200 risk. I think this is a good amount to risk in the NASDAQ. So as we click on these, we can see here, we'll have a 3-contract trade. Here, 5-contract trade, and then a 6-contract trade, all based on the size of our stop loss. So I'm going to flip this to go short. By the way, you click here to toggle the plan between long and short. And we'll turn risk reward off. Position sizing is on. So watch as I move my stop. The contracts change to 3, then to 4, then to 5, 6, all based on the size of my stop loss while keeping my total risk at less than $200. Let's do another example. So this time we're going to place the order and manage our position sizing. So again, we'll launch a plan. We'll move the order into position, plan our stop loss. We can see it changing from 3 to 4, then to 5, based on position sizing being active. Once we place the order, now the order is resting, 5 contract order. Watch what happens if we want to adjust our sizing. So we adjust, let's say we decide I want to take this trade, but I want to give it space above the VWAP. I would just move my plan above the VWAP, click, and immediately the order itself is updated to 2 contracts. So again, you can manage your position sizing on the go with a live resting entry order. Now I've selected a multiple target ATM, same thing as we initiate the plan, move it up here, and change the size of our stop loss. The size of all 3 profit targets are adjusted, and you are ready to, again, place your trade based on that risk amount of less than $200. Again, I can change this, $300. Now I'm up to 11 contracts that I can take on this trade. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the 2 modes of ATM strategy planning, price and now. This is a great trade setup for this. With position sizing on, I'm just going to initiate this plan. We want to go short, so we clicked here, and then I'm going to select now. What this does is allows us to plan our stop, and position sizing is updated in real time based on the market movement. So watch. We're set to $300. As the market begins to move down, the quantity of our trade decreases. As the market moves up and down, the quantity is changing. We saw it flip to 5, then 6, then 7, all the while keeping the same target and stop loss for this trade. So when I feel like I'm ready to enter the trade, I can either click the market button or the sell now button to get into this trade with the right number of contracts based on my position sizing of $300. So I can go ahead and hit sell now. I'm into this trade, 6 lots with the stop loss and the target that I planned for the market order entry trade. So that's pretty cool. I hope that makes sense. Let's go ahead and close that out. To recap ATM strategy planning, after that trade, I need to reset the ATM back to its default. I also can use my quick select buttons. We covered this earlier to quickly change between ATM strategies. To plan a trade, I can click on the entry line and move it around. Now it becomes a plan that I can modify and change. I've got 2 modes here, price and now. If now is selected, it means we're planning to enter a market order. If I hit now, it means we're planning to enter market. In this case, we have it set to long as we adjust our stop with position sizing on. The sizing updates in real time based on where the market is moving. Change it back to price. Now we're just planning a trade. For instance, we could do a buy stop, move this down here. Again, position sizing is now 3 contracts based on $300 risk. So that's a fire hose, but I think it's actually a pretty good quick summary of everything. And at any time we can turn off the position sizing, such as right here. Now we're back to 1 contract, which is the default number of contracts configured for that ATM, or turn it back on. Position sizing is on, and we've adjusted the ATM, which is why it's at 3 contracts. Again, reset is going to reset that ATM back to the default 20 contracts. 20 ticks, stop loss, 20 tick profit target. So I hope interacting with the chart window here at the end has helped you guys see how to use all the features. One more feature of the essential chart trader tools is the one-click entry. When this is enabled, you can move your mouse to the right side of the chart window to place orders like that. So it reduces the order placement down to one click. And if you've noticed on the right side here at the bottom, I've got the close bar entry orders added as well. This is my module for the enhanced chart trader that allows you to get in when a bar closes. And so I will cover that in a future presentation as well. But I just want to be clear that this is not included with the essential chart trader tools. So again, the essential chart trader tools from beginning to end includes ATM Strategy Planning, the ATM Strategy Quick Select buttons, and then moving into risk reward features, and then lastly, position sizing features. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you've gotten some value out of thinking through risk reward and position sizing, and it's going to help me a lot, again, if you like or comment on the video. Now that you've made it all the way through, certainly you have something to say, so let me see your comment. And also subscribe, because I'm going to be hopefully rolling out more content more frequently, and excited for you to be the first one to see it. That wraps it up. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks a lot.